YouTubers, it's Eric with Perry Hill Farms, and I'm home alone. It's a scary thought, but we did some yard work this morning for our mother-in-law, Denise's brother, older brother and an older sister came, and Eric, Danette, myself, Denise, Erica for a little bit. Went up there and did some yard work, and the girls had to go do a wedding. I think Eric was going to help with that. So that left me here by myself, and the kitchen's a little bit of a mess because yesterday Denise did some pepperoncinis, did some bread and butter pickles, and everybody's been asking me about the barbecue sauce. We make our own barbecue sauce. My brother-in-law who was here, he drove from Jacksonville this morning to help the yard work. He wanted some. I didn't have any made. So I'm making some barbecue sauce today. And I was going to kind of show you how we do it. Now, the barbecue sauce we do is off of the brine of what we do our candied jalapenos, or what everybody calls, a lot of people call it cowboy candy. So we use that as a base to do a barbecue sauce. So we're going to get this thing started. I've already mixed up a few in here. I'm going to mix up 2 more to go on top of that. So hopefully we can get this, 3/4 of the way full. And then we're going to simmer this down and then jar it up, hot bath it, and have some barbecue sauce on hand. So I'll kind of show you what we do, what we put in it. And it's a great way to utilize the candied jalapeno brine that's left over once you strain the candied jalapenos out, because basically we use very little of the brine once we cook them down. We put the jalapenos in the jar and we put a little brine over the top. Now we save this brine and we use it to make barbecue sauce. There's a lot of ingredients to this, but it is fairly simple to make, because basically we add all the ingredients in it and then cook it down, thicken it up. That's it. So we're going to do 2 more recipes. So it calls for 2 cups of this brine per recipe. So I've already got 3 in there, and I'm doing 2 more. I've already put seasoning and stuff for those first 3. Pop this jar. And this basically has some of the seed, has a few of the jalapenos in it from where we did the candied jalapenos. And that stuff smells so good, I could just, My daughter was just here for a few minutes, and she was like, "Dad, that smells good." And I hadn't even started cooking it yet. But I'm gonna go along and tell you a little bit how we do it. We've got it all written down here. Now, we don't have any of our fresh tomato sauce because our tomatoes haven't finished up yet. So I had to buy some. Gotta find my thing. But basically, we'll put, 2 more recipes. I'm gonna do 4 cups of that brine, and then I'm gonna add some more sauce, tomato sauce. If you have your homemade, you can use it. If you don't, you can buy some. No harm in that. And we're just going to pour that sauce in there. 2 sauces. But, some people, there's a lot of different ways to make barbecue sauce. So, by no means is this the best way. It is a way we love it. We love this sauce. I mean, everybody that's ever had it said, "Man, that is really good." But then there's mustard-based sauces, all that kind of stuff. And I just was looking one day because I was like, man, I hate to waste all this brine for all these candied jalapenos we made. And I started looking up some different recipes, if I could find any, to make with the brine. And we found one, and so this is tomato paste, by the way, adding a little tomato paste. So I found one, and we just made a few seasoning modifications to it. And it's delicious. And we eat it with anything. I mean, anything you want to barbecue with, dipping sauce, whatever. But a little tomato paste helps thicken it up a little bit. But listen, while I'm making this, this video, if you got some comments about, your favorite idea for barbecue sauce, because we love to barbecue. I mean, there's Stumpy, when he does his hamburgers, he puts barbecue sauce on them while he's cooking them. So we use barbecue sauce, and I mean, obviously, probably a little cheaper to buy it, but it's not as good to me as this. But yeah, you can just shout out and say, hey, here's our favorite barbecue sauce. Maybe one you make or one you buy. There are some very good barbecue sauces you can buy. And but if you got time and you enjoy doing stuff like this, one thing my dad, God rest his soul, he loved to cook. He was a good cook. And he used to always tell me, he said, the secret to cooking, son, is you gotta pour love into the food. In other words, you gotta love what you're doing. Some people cook as an afterthought, just get it together, but loving what you do, trying to get it right, the seasoning right, the flavor that you like. And that's the beauty about making your own sauce. You make it how you like it. So we're going to add some more ingredients here. We're going to add some brown sugar. As most of you know, a lot of barbecue sauces are sweet in nature. And so I'm going to add some brown sugar to this recipe. Matter of fact, I probably need to get a little bit more than what I have. I'm going to sneak some out of my wife's thing here, don't tell her. But who doesn't like brown sugar? It makes everything better. Everything better. But we get some brown sugar, and then we add some good old Worcestershire sauce. And you can, whatever brand you like. So we'll use a cup of this. Good old Worcestershire. So we'll use Worcestershire sauce. We're going to use some white vinegar, which I think I have here. And I need a cup of this as well. Nice thing about these kind of recipes is you can change them up and try different things and see what you like. Also got to have a half a cup of this molasses, and that stuff is some sticky stuff right here. So we're gonna pour some of this in. Black Gold Texas tea. A little bit more. Molasses. Get us a little scraper here. Scrape in that molasses right there. But it's been a nice cool spring for us down here. For those that are watching elsewhere, and I need a half a cup of this honey. So we're gonna put some honey in this. Oh yeah. Love honey. What's your favorite kind of honey? That's another thing. There's so many different, kinds. When you let those bees get different flowers. Denise loves the Tupelo. I love the Tupelo. I've got to say it probably is one of my favorite ones. This is just a basic wildflower honey right there. All right, so we got some liquid smoke. We add that, and you can buy different flavors. Today I'm making pecan liquid smoke sauce. But you can buy hickory. There's, give it a little bit more, apple. That does give it a little different flavor. Now we got to do some onion. So we got some onion powder. We're gonna do a little of this. Pour it in. And then wipe off my teaspoon. I need to get some garlic. And these are just powders. We'll put a little bit of that in there. Of course, you can hit it with more or less, whatever you like. Some smoked paprika. I poured it in a little bowl because I couldn't get this little teaspoon thing in that little thing, but we got 1, 2. We're gonna put it all in there. It's close enough for government work. Then we got some chipotle pepper. We put a little bit of this in there. It gives you a little spice with it. Now we need some salt. Let's see if I've got some in here. I do, right here. Not open yet, but I can fix that. Well, if I can get it open. There we go. All right, we're gonna put some salt in here. All right, we got all the ingredients in here. We're gonna mix it together. I'll let you see what this looks like. Get a good stir here. It's kind of. This will probably give me, I'm gonna guess, 15, 16 pints of sauce, or 7 to 8 quarts. We usually put them in pints, but you can store them however you want. All right, so we got this all mixed together with that candy sauce, and we're gonna get this eye on and get it rolling. And I'll show you how this looks here in a minute once I get it good and mixed. All right, so took a minute to clean up the dishes, clean up the kitchen, put the stuff up real quick. You know, it's starting to warm, but key with this sauce is you got to get it to a boil, and then you gotta keep it simmering. After you get it up to a good boil, get it down and simmer, and you want to simmer it until it's as thick as you like. The longer you simmer, the thicker it gets. So a lot of stirring and waiting process here. But what we'll do is once I get this to a boil, we'll simmer it, get it down to a simmer, and then I usually check it in about 30 minutes. I mean, I'm stirring it regularly just to make sure it's not sticking, but really at about 30 to 40 minutes, I want to check, is this the thickness that I want? If not, I'll go another 10 or 20 depending on how thick it is. And so right now, you know, it's you know, it's a liquid, but it will thicken, and so we'll show you that as we go along. But just trying to break down some of the tomato paste in it and get it up to temperature. So it just takes it a while. I don't want to burn it, so I don't want to get it up too fast. So I bring it up slow and then get it to a boil. All right, so still not up to heat yet. Just taking some of that paste, and just as it's warming up now, it's starting to melt. We just keep it stirred. You can see the steam starting to come off of it, so hopefully it won't be long. But there's the consistency of it right now. The color, it's a little runny, but went ahead and got some jars put in, got the oven on. We're gonna warm those jars, and I'm gonna drink my Diet Coke, and I'm going to go study my Sunday school lesson. Got to get it prepared. So been slacking a little bit this week on that, so I got to get it done. So while this is waiting, I'll take opportunities to study the Word a little. All right, be right back. All right, folks, it's been 20 minutes. This is what it looks like. We're gonna stir it here again, and I'll show you the consistency has gotten a little thicker, as you can see right there. It's more of a steady stream, slower stream coming off than it is just watery. So it is getting thicker. So we're gonna put 20 more minutes on the timer and keep watching it. And once it gets to a thickness that I like, we're gonna jar it. So, timer. Back to my Bible study. This is what it looks like now, and about to turn it off. It's been going, actually went about 50 minutes on this, but you can see that thickness is getting, it's a lot thicker right there, and that's about where I want it. And you can see how it's got that thick bubble on the top. So we're about to turn this off. I've got the hot bath water going, and get our jars out and start jarring this up and see how much we got, okay? All right, let's turn this off. Let's get our jars out here. Hot. We'll do about 4 or 5 at a time here. I'll slide them to my right. Good hot jars. Good hot sauce. So I'll jar these up and then we'll hot bath them for 10 minutes. I'm sorry, 20 minutes. I said 10, it's 20 minutes. We'll do each jar right about to there. Slide it to the side, and we'll jar each one up. Then we'll get them in the hot canner, 20 minutes. I'll show you when I get them all jarred up. So we got 17 jars of this candied jalapeno based barbecue sauce. So I was a little off. Looking at the pot, I thought we might get 15 or 16. We got 17 and almost a half. This is our sample half. And I'll show you the thickness of this. It's definitely gotten a lot thicker. Kind of sheets off that spoon. And we'll taste it. That is delicious. The fam is going to be happy about that. So, I got some in the hot bath, 20 minutes. I've got a few more to do after that. We'll put it over here on a towel, let it seal, cool, put it up for the next barbecue. And I want to thank y'all for watching Perry Hill Farms and our everyday life, what we do. It's simple. As Steppy always says, a simple life is a much more enjoyable life. And it is simple, and we do enjoy it. It is work, but it's good work. And when we bust out some meat, we'll pull out one of these sauces and maybe let y'all see it in action. Just pray we don't hurt ourselves eating it. All right? But God bless you. Keep watching, and y'all have a blessed day.